what I want to be able to do is drag and spawn something new. Uh-oh, my wife is calling. I'll be up very soon. Alright, so as always, let's just play and see where we ended up. Here is my working material and a single meteor ball gauge piece. I did this for the first time. I did something off stream to ensure that I could get a material I liked, and I did make a couple changes off not streaming. So I'm going to show you what I did here. Let's see. Let me first change my resolution here. Let's multiply this by 0.7, and let's multiply this by 0.7, just so we can fit the entire thing on the screen. Let's see if it looks better now. Ah, there we go. Cool. So let's take a look at the material that I ended up with. We go to UI mats. So here's my Meteor Gauge material. It's pretty much exactly what we had when we left. The only difference is I switched the texture sample from to another type of lava. Instead of lava, now I have magma. This is what we had yesterday. Let me see. This lava texture free. It was just ugh. And I think the main difference was how this file itself was set up. Maybe like if we come in here, it might have not been. So let's see, texture group is not UI, and maybe that was the main issue. I didn't even try this, but now I'm just thinking maybe this is the issue. Compression settings. We want user interface. I just don't know what that even does, but let's just see if we have anything different now. Anyway, I changed it to this texture, and it's just so much better. So this is what I ended up with, and this is what I'm going with. So now let's head back to our UI, which we called a Meteor Gauge, and a few things we're gonna do next, right? So right now we just have a single image, when really it's going to be a maximum of 3 stacked. So let's just see what it would look like. Let's duplicate this, and we'll put another one. And let's see. So this is what it would look like when there's 3 meteor balls. We don't care about what they're named here, because really it's going to be empty, and we're going to be. I mean, there's a few ways we can do it, right? We could. One way to do it is to keep them all in there and then just enable them, like show them and not show them. Doesn't matter even which one, they stack properly. And the other way is to just dynamically append them, which does give us the option of changing the amounts that we show, maybe a maximum of 5. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud what different ways we can show it. But right now, I just want to get a feel what it looks like when we have a full meteor gauge. If you see my head turn like this, I'm looking at my other screen to see if my head froze, because that's what my life has turned into. I have to code live, think about what I'm doing, and also make sure my head is not frozen. But that they might be a little big. They might be a little bit too big. Um, Now, each of these has their own image size. Or maybe we can scale this box itself. Let's see. Render, transform, scale. Can we make what if we did 0.5, 0.5? Um, I mean that works. Is that what we want to do? I don't know. Um, what is this? All right, so the box itself, but not the gauge. That's what this like line around it. I mean, I don't think that's what we want to do. Um, Actually, I just don't know. We want to see what this looks like. Like, for instance, if I put another thing in here, like if I put a border, can I find a border in here and drag it? Eh, I want this border around this box. Um, so I'm going to take, all right, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to cut out this box, drag the border. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. Right, so that's what I thought. Um, Screen size. I know, I don't want to see what it looks like custom on screen. This gives us a better idea of what it looks like with the size of the phone. Yeah, so I definitely don't want that. I don't want to concern myself too much with the look and feel. I just want to get it to, or yes, with the brush color. No, let's see, brush color. What I'm looking for is there like a place where it says like content and color? What if I made this uh, alpha 0? All right, so that's the innards. I don't want that. Oh yeah, that makes sense. The content. Um, image size, tint. What happens if I make this 0? Okay, so it's the insides, right? Make this 0.5. Yeah, I want the, maybe. Let's make this black. And let's make this 0.1. So this way I have like a little window around it. Maybe that's what I want. I know I just said I don't want to play with the look and feel, but it's so hard to not do that. I guess maybe I should focus. Let's see. The padding left. Maybe I want this to be equal if I made this 10. Ah, interesting. Not what I thought was going to happen, but let's see. So I thought the padding of, oh, that's the vertical box. The border is what I wanted. What if I made this 10? Ah, so this is what I wanted. Let's see. It's hard to see. Well, anyway, let's play it and see what it looks like. Definitely not. So basically, I just wasted time to see if I can do what I was picturing I can do, and I can do it, but I don't like it. But that's okay. I don't want this border. I want to take this, cut it out, place it back. Oops. Oops. What did I do? Cut this out, delete it, paste it back in. All right. But this meteor gauge, I want to size this to content. It's not going to let me. What if I make this image size 100? That's weird. It's probably what I want to do. I don't know. Okay. And now I think this gauge is 100 wide, which is why it looks so good. Just like that. I don't know. Like I said, we're going to play with that a little bit more. But now let's just get it in the right spot. So let's open up our, what is our main, the parent? Arcade UI, Arcade HUD, Arcade Gameplay UI. Is that it? Yes. Can we resize this right here? No. Yeah, because this thing's size is completely derived by the size of each of the inside pieces. So we'll play with that later. But for now, let's drag this up. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely doesn't matter yet. What I want to do is make it so I can drag out. All right, you know what I do want? More space between these balls. So one way to do that, I mean, how I do it is I would look for a spacer and drag that in between these. Now each of these spacers, yeah, 20 looks good. Okay. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. Maybe move it up a little bit. All right, whatever. I'm stopped playing with that. Now what I want to do is start figuring out how I can drag my finger off of here and pull a ball out. So the first thing we want to do is stop spawning those balls. So let's open up our arcade controller, arcade player controller. Oops. Opened up the wrong thing. Arcade player controller. Now in here, let's see. Where do we spawn those balls? Into the dispenser. I don't want to have to explain every time why this is stupidly called the candy dispenser. So watch episode 1 for a description on that. But here's where we spawn our meteor ball, and we're no longer going to be doing that. Right now we're just 50-50. Half of them are going to be meteor balls. Let's get rid of that. So not going to spawn there. We are going to instead always spawn a regular ball. Let's just clean this up. The ball, got it. All right, so we're all set here. Now, whenever we play, we should only get normal balls. And it's fine, just like we suspect. But I want to be able to create one of those balls by dragging that out. So we need to go to our UI, and we'll program all of the logic for these balls in the gauge itself. Now, what probably makes, all right, one thing I'm thinking is instead of having an image, we might want to replace this with its own, instead of having a meteor gauge, we can have a meteor icon. That way, instead of saying image 125, we have the icon, and then we can code the specific logic on that object. Because right now, um, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to think of how, if it makes sense to refactor it. So why not? I think it does. So what I'm going to do is we're going to refactor this and replace these with their own sub element. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So let's go to our meteor gauge, and we are going to make a new widget here. This is not going to be hard. Um, so we're going to go to user interface, widget blueprint, and somewhere. All right, here we go. We're going to call it Meteor Icon. Great. Um, and we'll just come in here. We don't need this. All we need is an image. Drag it there. Let's just rename this to Meteor Icon. And instead of this, we're going to pick a material. Nope, we don't want a new material. It should be in this list. This is the Meteor Gauge Mat. So I guess we have to change the name of that. And the size, I believe it was 100, 100. And what is going on? We don't want to fill screen. We want desired. So here's, I mean, that's probably all we need to do here. But why this is cool is now we can replace this image, image, image. Now remember, this is going to be dynamic as well. So wow, I can't believe I didn't freeze yet. It's awesome. But now if we come down to user created, we should see it in here, Meteor Icon. Drag a couple in here. And we'll, wait, what's going on? All right, spacer. So one before, wait a minute. What? What? There, Meteor Icon. That's good. So just because for good measure, let's name this Meteor Icon 2. Well, I should call this whatever. It's fine. 1, 2, and 3. Great. Now, all the logic of what we do when we touch these, we only have to code once, and we can do it in the meteor itself. So we'll come over to this meteor icon, and let's see. On this gauge itself, this widget itself, sorry. No, I take that back. On the icon itself, we have an event on mouse button down. Cool. Now, we could bind this. Let's see. Now, the first thing I like to do whenever I'm like testing out something new, is I forgot I had coffee. Oh, hey, someone is. Yes, I am having fun. This is a lot of fun. And the fact that I'm streaming it is just kind of like a side thing because I'd be doing this anyway, and it would also be fun by myself. and I wish I had more time to do it, but I got to take my 3-year-old to preschool in like 5 minutes. So that's not, you know, that's fine. It kind of, and then I got to start my day job. So that's kind of like what's going on. Um, and this might take me till I retire to finish. No, it's not gonna take that long. Um, now I gotta now I gotta think of what I was. Okay, yeah. Now this is what I like to do. I always like to just start small and divide and conquer my task. So now all I care about is on mouse button down. I want to make sure that I'm showing something. Let's just show something. Let's print hello. I mean that'll work. Super fast. Now when I press play, let's see. Hello. What if I press off of it? All right, nothing, nothing, nothing. Hello, hello, hello. All right, I mean, that's a good start. But what I want to be able to do is drag and spawn something new. So that's the next step. Now, if you just break everything down to tiny little steps, even like a 10-year project can seem doable because instead of a 10-year project that takes forever, you have like a 5-minute task that takes you 5 minutes. And it's just like an endless supply of 5-minute tasks. I just love thinking like that. Uh-oh. My wife is calling. Let me see. Hello? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be up very soon. All right, bye. And just as predicted, I need to go and take kids to school. Um, this is one more thing. I just want to see. Let's see. I want to make it so I can detect when I'm dragging. That's my next 5-minute task. On mouse button down. What else can I do? Let's see. I bind to that. Let's go to our event graph. Let's go to our icon. Where is it? Here. It's public. That's another. Whenever you click to create an event, it automatically does that. But I think you can just come here and click is variable, and then it makes it so you can go into the graph and access it. So what I want to do is see if do I have touch events on move. Let me see. Move input input get input event, get touch, get key event. I'll know it when I see it. I will know it when I see it. I don't see it. Oh, ooh, input event. Add event. On focus, lost. Mouse capture lost. No. No head tracking and motion tracking. I just want to know when I'm dragging my finger. Uh, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Maybe I can make it so when I put my finger down. How long have I used UE for? I would say 2 years. 2 years I've been using it. My last game I did just using C++ in Cocos 2DX. And I mean, it was fun. It was not fun. I learned like a real lot, but the community is just so bad for Cocos 2DX. and all the documentation is in Chinese, and I had to do so much just to get so little done because I like coding with my hands. I was always against this blueprint stuff, but man, it is so powerful and fun to use blueprints. Um, it's definitely the future. I could see that, um, this whole like, um, I mean, domain driven design and being able to easily visualize what's going on brings this complicated stuff to a lot more people. Like I don't think that the average person could learn Cocos 2DX if they haven't done it before, but definitely the average person can learn blueprints. And I haven't found anything, literally anything that I can't do yet in a blueprint. I mean, maybe like something, but there's always a workaround. There's always like a compromise. You can be like, hey, I get it. I can't do this, but this will be fine. And I do that rarely. I mean, it's just so much fun. Um, so yeah, I'm learning this as I go, and this is fun. But actually, I am gonna have to stop now before I get another phone call from my wife. Um, but this was a good one. I'm excited. The way I tell if it's a good one is if I'm excited to do the next one. And I wasn't excited on the last one, but now I'm super excited because I have like a path forward, and it's going to be awesome being able to drag out a ball and throw it. I think we're going to be able to do it next session. So thank you for stopping by. Excited to have a chat showing up in my stream chat. This is new for me. So hope to see you guys around.